guys, welcome back. What we're gonna do next now is I'm just gonna I think I got this file here, number 4. Just gonna open this Nexus scene, and then we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup at the end, and rename and export this, bring it into Nuke. So I'm just gonna fire up Nuke here in the meantime, actually. So I'm gonna put it here in the background. So I'm just gonna go here and just gonna open the next scene, which is number 5. Don't say it is, and pretty much what I showed you, idea of cleaner version here. Taking into consideration that, no much to it. Then I'm just gonna go and open the next one. I think it's number 6. We're on 5, yeah. Number 6, we have this, which is way more elaborate. I modeled this, I modeled all the stuff, I modeled the thing in the background to mimic the sky. This is where we're gonna project the sky. And I just took this guy and I just cut it down here. Let's see what's different from the next one, number 7. So we open this. I think it's pretty much the same. Okay. So next thing we need to do, obviously, all this stuff is just just things that are just from a single plane. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate them. So I'm just gonna start with this. I'm just gonna separate this, and what you have to do is select. I'm just gonna select what is this guy here? This is okay. This is a group. I did there. Just gonna go here into custom. I'm just gonna history, first transformation. So all this stuff here. So I'm just gonna call here, and I'm just gonna rename these guys. Okay. Just gonna go there. I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna pull them out there. I don't need this group. I'm just gonna separate. So select this guy here. Go into mesh tools, edit mesh, mesh, separate. So it creates 2 geometries. And we take this guy here and we delete the history, freeze transformation, and now these guys are 2 pieces of geometry. We take them out in a second, so we can take them out, drag them there, delete that. The same goes here, and the same goes here. So select these 2, go into mesh, we say separate, and history, freeze transformation. Now they're all there. Just gonna take these guys here and then take them out. Take this guy here, select freeze transformation, yeah, history. So I select all of them and then just take them out there. And I just delete these 2 groups, I don't need them. Now I have everything, okay, separate. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just gonna take this and I'm just gonna rename this guy. So I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna call this sky background and history, freeze transformation. I'll take this and I'm gonna call this valley geo. I'm gonna call it all geo, so I go sky geo. I'm gonna put here underscore background, and there's here valley geo underscore, so we know foreground. And then here we call this valley underscore geo underscore foreground valley. Let's call this valley 2. So we go valley underscore geo and valley underscore. Let's put this one number 1 so we know. So we got that. Okay. So then I'm gonna go here and take these 2 guys, and I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call this foreground. I'm gonna call this, so we're gonna call this, I'm gonna call it just rock 1 underscore geo underscore foreground. I'll select this guy, copy it, I call this geo rock 2 rock 3 rock 4. So they're all the same. 1 2 3 3 4. Yeah. Now we got these 2. Now we call this mountain. Call it 600 because we know this 600. And this one we call this mountain. Just gonna copy the other one here. So I got this copy this, call this mountain 700 for example, and this one will be mountain 800. And we got that, we got this. I think this guy was 900, so we call this mountain 900. And then we I think this one was 1200. It's alright, it's okay, don't worry. 900, not 90,000 obviously. Got 900 here, and then this here they call it, I don't know, mountain 1200. Obviously these are just background here. I'll put a BK, this one BK, this one 900, this is 1200, this is, let's call this, I'm just giving a crazy number here, I really don't know what I'm doing. So I just all thought out here, so you go 900 background. Okay, so background. Obviously that's not 1600. It's not 1600. So this 1200. I think this one will be 12C. I'm gonna call this 1300, and this probably 1500. Nah. $1,500. That's it. And then we got the sky background here. I think the sky got the normals flipped. That's why it looks dark. But we don't want any normals inside Neark. But just for the sake of it, I think we can just probably make this guy, just make it like taller like that, I suppose. Then because the moment I go on animation, you can see here, you see it's not much parallax between that and the background. So this is obviously something that I've done quickly. If you've done your stuff, go more flow in terms of the animation on the camera. So I'm gonna do is just for the sake of just having this, just gonna reverse the so what you do is you, when it's black like that, is because obviously from this side here it looks fine because that's where the normals are. You go here, face normal, you can see the face normal is there, but so normal size, then create a normal size. I think it makes any difference. You can see here probably the normals are too, because we're talking about thousands of units here. So what I do is just go here into mesh display, and you just reverse the normals. You see now they're reversed, now they're pointing inward, and everything outside is black. But we don't really need it. I just like to have it like that. So go there, delete the history. Everything is there. We don't need anything else. We can select these two guys and hide them. We don't need those anymore. And all we have to do now is select this guy. Okay. Now, one other thing that I like to do is just to optimize this so we have less geometry. So you can do is you go, because you go here on frame 1. If you select this geometry and you say faces, and you select everything you can see in the frame, like here. Okay, this is your selection. Okay, and if you see, you can play around and see if any of the boxes that we have selected, the faces, come out of the screen, which means that if we are here, we can still optimize this and cut this down if you want here more, but just for the sake of it, so we can pretty much cull everything out. So what we do is you're gonna go here into select, go into, I think it's inverse selection. You see now the other one selected, and we just hit delete, and now they're all deleted. So you got that. I don't think you need the rest. And then the names stay the same. So delete history, first information, that's fine. Okay. So now everything is being renamed. And now you got two options. You got the options now exporting everything as a FBX with the settings that we did before in the last class, or you can use this, be more efficient, and then use a new format, Alembic. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to select everything. We're going to select the camera and all the geometry. Not this, I don't need this. So I got the camera, all the stuff we just rename, and then we're going to export everything as an Alembic file. Okay. So I'm just going to go here into cache. I think it's cache, generate geometry. Well, this is not here. It means that probably Okay, let me go into Windows, Settings and Preferences, and Plugin Manager, and I think here the Alembic. So yeah, I think ABC Export, I think ABC Import. Those two need to be ticked, so it means that Alembic is now on. So we close that, and it should be here. You see Alembic, and then we're just gonna here and say export. I think it's export selection to Alembic. Go into the options. And here we're just going to render the time slider, which is from frame 1 to frame 160 or 168 every frame. Anything else we don't need normals. I don't think we need any of this stuff. If you have UVs and stuff, you can write UV, but remember we're not using any of the UV, we're using projections. So, and at the moment I don't have any UVs for this, so I'm just going to go here into the setting. You remember the setting is the one that we had to set up. And we're gonna go and we're gonna export this. So we say export selection, and then it's gonna go here into Alembics, and I'm just gonna go and put it here into matte painting. Where did we put this stuff? Did we put it in? What was it in that data? We're on week 6 here, so I think did I put it here? Handbrake? No, that's all the stuff. So I'm gonna put it here into, I think it's in, what was it originally? I'm gonna cancel this. Go here, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. Everything is fine. And we just export selection, and you go here into cache Alembic. I'm just gonna put it there. And I'm just gonna go here landscape geo or something like that, and then we just say export selection, and it just go through the timeline, and now it should all be exported. Okay, that's it. And now we're gonna go back into Nuke. Okay, just here to see it quickly, and then we're gonna do this setup projection map. Here, just gonna show you what it looks like. I'm just gonna press red geo. Am I doing something? Okay, I don't want this read normal, so you put tab, read geo, read the geometry. We go there, and we go. I think that was week 5. So we were in week 6. I think it was that time. Week 6. We got it there. We got it in data, cache, Alembic, landscape geo. This is the one. We're gonna open this, and then you see how all the geometry that we already renamed there. And we tell in this case, because we need all this stuff separately, we tend to create not only one, but create parents as separate nodes, and it should create. It creates. That's interesting. You only create everything in one go here. So it creates a camera and it creates all day in one go, but we're gonna have a look in a minute. So again, we need a scene file, a scene node. We need a scene node here, and we need to connect this. We need to connect this, and we need, remember, we need a scanline renderer. So it's scanline renderer, and we need the camera, which is this one for now. The whole scene, which is this. And if we see that, it seems like I'm gonna go ahead and put a checker. Okay, and the checker here is gonna be connected directly to that. Then you stop there. Let's see what we got. Okay, at the moment, everything obviously is huge because we're talking about real unit. You can see here that is everything there. You can see that's the geometry. Obviously, we don't have UVs. That's what we don't have. We can't do the projection there. Because we didn't export UVs. It didn't have any UVs, but if you want, you can probably do that. You go here, select all this geometry, and then you go into UVs and says automatic UVs, and it creates some UVs here for you. So you go there, you see it's all being messed up, but it does some crazy UVs automatic there. So what we can do is just select again everything again. Let's see if it works. I've never done this, but let's see if it works. So select all this. I'm gonna delete the history, freeze transformation, or whatever, doesn't matter that. Let's say translate out because I don't have this. Freeze transformation. Get that there. And again, go into cache, Alembic cache, export selection. And this time we're telling to write the UVs. So write UVs. settings the same, export selection, we tell that, override, say yes, that should run now. Now if you're going back to Nuke, we now should have UV, so I'm just gonna go and reload this guy here, and it says reload, there you go, that's your UVs, all working. So now you can see this stuff here is only done with UVs, and remember that we're gonna be working with projections, we don't need UVs really, but just for you to see something here. So if you look through the camera 1, and we locate with this, see, this is what we're gonna see. You see this overlined here, this is what we're gonna see. Let's set up the project first. You tap here and press S, and the project here, you tell it that we're gonna be working in 1920 by 1080. You see, now this is what we're gonna see now, okay? So now if we go back to the first frame, we should start seeing, you see, that's our animation. There you go. That's your animation. It's very simple, obviously. You could have done something much elaborate than this, but this is like the starting point. So now that we have these, what we have to do is now, that's when it comes to critical point, we need to establish now where the camera projection is going to happen, which geometry we're going to render, and then render those geometries separately so we can start doing the paintings in Photoshop. So I'm going to stop it right here, and then next one I'm going to bring is I'm going to show you how to create a projection for all this, and then how to start exporting the individual elements that you need in order to paint the matte paintings in Photoshop. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thank you very much. Bye bye.